Hello there, welcome to 2022 favourite season, the most wonderful time of the year. Mixing things up slightly for my 6th annual makeup favourites and giving you 2 parts over 2 weeks, like an extended cut. Partly because it's the most intimidatingly long filming and production process of the year, and my arm and shoulder are just about ready to fall off after all the swatching, so it's nice to break it up. But I also asked about your viewing preferences on my Instagram @MatildaOnVideo, and 2 parts 1. Separate videos on skincare and hair and body favourites still to come too. Many items you'll already be familiar with here, but that's what these lists are all about. Looking back over products I favoured, therefore probably already featured, but also some new faces I enjoyed using off camera. I'll be covering concealer, base, brows, bronze, glow and blush, eyes and lips next time, and I'll leave discount codes in the description box below. My top 2 concealers never change, but I do have a new one for you. Chanel Eclat Lumiere is still my favourite under eye brightener, light and thin, hard to find in some regions, even Australia now, so I'll be searching for substitutes next year beyond my usual YSL Touche Eclat suggestion. No substitute needed in the spot concealing category. Clé de Peau is my forever favourite, high coverage but super creamy concealer, seamless when you pat it in, serious splurge, but it lasts for years, luckily. A third concealer? What is happening? I really enjoyed Charlotte Tilbury's new Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer when I was running out of Clé de Peau. Long wearing, medium coverage. Similarly sort of disappears if you softly tap it onto spots. And there's a Charlotte Tilbury discount code below. A gloriously glowy base product family here. The Gucci Silk Priming Serum is back again this year. I wore this on top of moisturiser and SPF, of course, to several weddings when I wanted my makeup to last all day and night, and this softly blurs texture and pores, smooths skin and feels light, soft and silky. Fancy seeing you here by Terry Brightening CC Serum, my go-to glowy base to mix into makeup or wear alone. Rosy Champagne Starlight Rose was an ancient limited edition colour, but 4 new shades launched this year, so Peach Glow seems fairly close when I finally finish this one. Best base? Number 1 to Chanel Revitalizing Foundation, my obsession this year. A stunning, lightweight, silky smooth fluid with red camellia oil, buildable but sheer coverage, doesn't settle in pores, looks good for hours, great dewy glow. Might be my favourite Chanel base ever. Big call. Faster, all over skin fix favourite, merits the Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Stick. Light to medium, creamy coverage, stroke it on like whiskers to even out redness around my nose, chin, forehead, blend with their brilliant, dense but soft number 1 brush for a skin-like natural finish. No makeup, bit of a boost, Trini London BFF Cream, 3rd year in a row on my favourites list. This is less about tint, more about a feel-good glow. The greyish colour transforms into a very sheer touch of tint as you rub it in, barely there coverage, but a fantastic, fresh, dewy finish. Quick powder shout out to the Mini by Terry Hyaluronic Pressed Hydra Powder. I usually prefer their loose tinted Hydra Powder, but for touch-ups on the go, the Slim Compact is so much easier. Mirror inside, little sponge included that I pat on to set any spot concealer or softly blur pores. Quite a few repeat customers in the brow area. I'm not worried about greener brow pencil pastures. Very happy to stick to Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift in dark brown year after year. Creamy formula, wide tip. I use it to lightly shade all over or fill in any gaps. Last year I was into Patrick Tar's Brow Wax. This year it was the Major Brow Lamination Gel. The spoolie is the best bit. It brushes each brow hair. Bit of a spider webby clear gel. It can get piecey and crunchy, but if you stick with it and leave it alone once it sets, I love the definition it creates. For even more hold and sky-high laminated lift, it's still Refi Brow Sculpt, a falling apart favourite from last year. Now TikTok has brought it to a lot more people's attention. The most powerful gel/glue I've tried. Dries clear, then you can use the brush or comb in the cap for additional shaping. Another carryover champ, Espresso Hey Bro, a simple but effective clear brow gel. Loved seeing this playful Milan makeup brand grow this year. 3 times more product than Boy Brow. It's water-based, so it's quite wet but hardens after a few minutes and stays in place. Espresso discount below. Time for a bit of soft sculpting and bronzing. If I contour as a bonus step, an excellent natural looking formula is Westman Atelier's Face Trace Contour Stick. So easy to blend for subtle shadows and shaping. Side note that contour shade ranges are often really lacking, but Danessa Myricks and Oma Beauty make excellent inclusive cream and balm contour shades. Merit's Bronze Balm was a late entry to this list, but it's described as the easiest bronzer ever, and I think it might be. So balmy, so sheer, so easy to blend, swipe and smudge with your fingers, and it disappears, leaving natural warmth. 5 shades, clay is an excellent non-orange option on me. Charlotte Tilbury's Film Star Bronze and Glow is back again this year, an oldie but a goodie and a celebrity makeup bag regular, really subtle sculpting and bronzing. It's neutral enough to do both for me, and I always use it with Charlotte's powder and sculpt brush to dust on lightly. Charlotte code below. Enough to share separate Bronze and Glow groups this year. Chanel Baume Essentiel Multi-Use Glow Sticks made my best cream highlighters list, but the shade Ensoleillé really got me glowing this year. It means sunny, and this light sheer coral with iridescent pearls gives you a hint of tint with a gorgeous, glossy, hydrated sheen. Merit's highlighting balm in Rose Gold Bounce has a similarly dewy glow. This has a vitamin-rich base for that natural sheen again, then microfine pearls that look luminous, not glittery. You might spot some very fine pearl particles up close, but the general effect is glossy goodness. Armani's Neo Nude A Highlight in Pink Champagne 11 was discovered during my research for 2 TikTok trend videos this year. Neo Nude is all about weightless, undetectable textures, and this liquid highlighter bends the rules and doesn't dry down or look obvious. It's a seamless, candle-lit glow. An entirely new, entirely cream blush lineup for you. Formulas I've loved for a while, yes, but new shades. The blush I reached for most was Merit's Flush Balm in Beverly Hills, but this bubble of blush never goes down. A balmy, transparent veil of colour, so if you're into dewy cream blushes and sheer buildable shades, this soft peach melts into the skin for a really pretty flush. I've been a fan of Ilia multi-sticks since 2017, but I don't think they've ever made my annual favourites list before. More of an unsung hero. I wore a lot of natural, warm, rosy brown Dreamer this year, almost a sculpting sort of shade on me, and I really love the fresh finish of this formula. Tata Harper's cream blush shades and formula were revamped, so we sadly farewelled my old favourite peachy, very popular, but lovely swooped in instead. Definitely a much thinner, glassy, slippy texture now, and this dusty pink has such a nice satiny, delicately shimmery finish. A very early addition to the favourites list was the No. 1 de Chanel Lip and Cheek Balm in 3 Vital Beige. When this brownie berry launched in January, I knew I was in trouble. Very balmy, quite thin but a slick surface so you can pick up a lot of colour, then keep patting it into the skin to blend. From the earliest blush to my most recent crush, Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks in Mimi. Previously only sold in a set, luckily brought back this holiday season because this tawny beige is terrific. The coolest, sort of relaxed colour. Very creamy with a satin finish, so it lasts well. Hope to see you back here for part 2 featuring my eye and lip favourites. There's a lot on the way. That's why 2 parts is fun. I don't have to be as concise and can mention it all. Please share some of your favourite makeup of 2022 in the comments. Looking forward to reading about the base, brow, bronze and blush products that had you hooked. Thanks for watching. See you next time.